On Monday evening, a young girl was attacked and subjected to abuse in what appears to have been a racially motivated incident in Waterford.
Here to share their daughter Nia's story are her parents, Anupa and Naveen, and we're also joined by the founder of the Institute of Anti-Racism and Black Studies, Dr. Ebun Joseph. Thank you so much for being here. Anupa and Naveen, thank you so much, first of all, for joining us this morning. We are so sorry for what you've had to go through. If we could just ask you, Anupa, what happened on Monday evening to Nia, your daughter?
Yeah, it was a very terrific experience to explain, actually. Like he was on night shift at that moment. He was in a nursing home here. And, Nia just asked me to do a cycling outside, just in front of our house with a few of her friends. So we said, okay, she can do that. So I was supervising them in front of our house, but I have a 10-month-old younger child as well. So I was holding him. So maybe around 8 p.m., he started crying for his feed. So I told Nia that I will be popping in and feed the baby and come back. And suddenly this incident happened, and maybe in 2-3 minutes second, I was preparing the food, and, group, Nia came in with her friends, very scary, upset. She couldn't talk. She was crying a lot. And that was like, she was showing up such a upset mind for the first time. So one of her friends, she was also scared. She said, like a group of boys came in with two girls as well. They hit Nia in private part with the cycle wheel. They, pushed the cycle wheel inside, and they punched Nia on the right cheek few times. And, that was a scary experience. And then they ran away. But I couldn't see anybody outside. So I was trying to consoling these kids in front of the house. Then the gang came back. So I saw 2 boys and 1 girl at that time. They were maybe in teenage age group. But they saw these kids crying and scary. Then they were staring at me in front of my house. They stayed there maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Then they went back. So I asked the kids to come inside the house. I called one of my friends. So she came, popped in. So I was discussing this. Then this gang came again, looking at our house. So these gangs came few times. So I was so upset because husband was in here. So I will be alone with these 2 kids. So I rang Garda at the moment. They said they will pop in a half hour. They came in. But, the first question they asked is what age group these gangs are. So I mentioned maybe around 12, 13. Then that was a very cold response from them after that. They said this happened because I wasn't with her at that time. I explained I was with them. I just popped in because I had to feed the younger child. That happened in 2 or 3 minutes. Then they said they can't do anything at the moment. I mean, it's difficult to find who they are. But we said these boys live in the same estate. And what if we find out the house number and show up? Will you at least talk to their parents not to do these kind of things anymore? But there was no response. Then they went back, but I was surprised. I told them I will be alone at home with these kids. I'm so scary because these gangs popped in and roamed around a few times. But the Garda didn't even rang me or inquire how am I doing. That was so upsetting. They even didn't contacted me until Tuesday evening, the next day.
The next day.
And Anupa, we did ask the Gardaí for a statement, and they said that they did respond to a report of an alleged assault in the Kilbarry area of Waterford City on the evening of Monday, the 4th of August. Investigations are ongoing and there's no further information available at this moment. But, obviously you're so frightened because if this gang came back and then some other members just came back and stood outside your door looking in, that's a really, really scary situation. And Naveen, it must have been very scary for you not to be there, to be at work. Did you come straight home?
Yeah, I told my own charge and I came back home. At that time, guards came over here and they asked the same question, who is monitoring the kids and like that. And after...
Sorry, Naveen, as you said, they're talking about who's monitoring the children. And I think, Anupa, you said the guard said to you, you weren't with them. Now, I think we talk about all the time helicoptering our children. Your daughter's 6 years old and she was playing outside her own house. Again, can I just say, a 6-year-old was playing outside her own house, broad day, it was daylight, and she was punched and a bicycle wheel was put into her genital area, it was rammed into her genital area. And she told you, Nia told you that they had said, go back to India. Naveen, how do you respond to something like that?
Hello?
Yeah, in the night time, she told they said dirty Indians, go back or something like. She's so scared, and during the night she told Daddy, the bad boy is coming. What to do? I can't sleep. This is a really nightmare for her.
Yes. Anupa, have you experienced anything like this before? Is this the first time this has happened?
No, these kind of things are, first time we are experiencing. Because we are here almost 8 years now.
8 years.
I have met very lovely people, even my colleagues, I still remember, I have met many Irish people, people will be different, sometimes they will do some comments, I don't mind that, that way, that's the character, I think. But these kind of things were really upsetting. Because I still remember when I came here 8 years before, I was staying with an Irish family. I would like to mention her name. Her name is Linda Whitaker. She lives in Dunboyne with 2 lovely daughters. Very supportive, very lovely lady I ever met. So I have met many people who are, she even actually messaged me that she's so upsetting. This is not the real Ireland. I know that it's only very minor groups spreading hate speech and, racial comments. It's not the, but I can notice a few change in a few months or any year time with the attitude of the younger generation, especially the teenagers. We are all aware about the Dublin incidents and all, but these things are happening. Yeah. Some people are not reporting, but what I understood is Garda is not intended to register. That's my experience. Yeah. Because even after that night, when I called back in Tuesday evening, they said they don't have a record. They don't know about an incident. That's what they respond over the phone. Then we said the Garda officers were here at our home. Then only they tried to record it, and that's only the time they registered it, because over the phone they said they don't have any record on Tuesday evening. But guards were here yesterday after the press meeting. I think they said they are trying to investigate, and the officer is on leave, so next week they will be under investigation.
Anupa,
for the best.
You're a nurse, you work on the front line in Ireland in our hospitals. Naveen, you work in a care home. You're again on the front line. You've been here for 8 years, and you've just said there that you've noticed a difference in the past few months and in the last year, especially related to young people. So much so the Indian Embassy issued a cautionary statement to Indian citizens in Ireland last Friday, warning people to take reasonable precautions for their personal security following multiple attacks on Indian citizens in recent weeks. And I think we have all seen what happened to that poor man in Tallaght. We've also seen those incidents on Dublin bus where young kids, teenagers, are harassing a couple of people on the bus. And you've said you've noticed this difference. These are young kids, that are standing outside your house, intimidating you. I'd be terrified. You just must be afraid. You mustn't know what to do.
That's a matter of question to be discussed nowadays, I think, because these teenagers should need a counselling, or from the school base, or even at their home. We don't know how the parents are talking about, but they sometimes maybe they are not aware about where they are getting. But after these Dublin incidents, there was a huge media coverage, and so I was going through the social media comments at that time. What I understood is that there is a hate speech. Some people have some far-right group, WhatsApp groups, YouTube channels, and these hate speech are spreading very easily, and it really affects the teenage groups. So most of them thinks all the professionals working here are living here while using the government's funds. They are buying homes. I saw a man commenting, many of them commenting like, there's a house crisis is just because of the immigrants are coming here.
Yeah.
We are buying homes, but we are hardworking actually. We are taxpayers. It's very difficult to survive for a
Well, like
profession.
you're a nurse and a care provider. I mean, that's what we need in this country, and our hospital wouldn't be open without you. Dr. Ebun, we are seeing a rise in this recently. Do we know what's driving this rise?
It is so upsetting, I have 2 boys, and this is a 6-year-old girl, and we talk about, in 15 years' time, is she going to be on somebody's counseling couch, saying, having mental health issues or all of that? People don't look at the long-term impact that when things like this happen, it's not just today, it's not just a bad name, it's not just a bad, that's gender-based violence we're talking about. So there's so many things in here, and look at it. I've lived in Ireland now 23 years. I said that I feel more unsafe today than I felt.
Why? What's going on?
When I came 23 years old, I was much younger. I was green. I didn't know anybody. But I felt safe because then it was a general curiosity. But now it's an antagonism. I said it last year. Was it last year when we had the riots? Yeah. When we had the riots, I said, oh my God, we're grooming the next generation of racists. I said it, I put it out there because I saw that parents took their children to go and burn I said, so you're modeling to the children that this is what you do to people who look different.
We know globally that there is an increase in agitation, in racism, and we can see it driven by certain groups, but also we can see it from online forums, just like Anupa was talking about, that things are being sent around going, taking your home, all this kind of stuff. And it is a divisionary tactic. We can see it with the rise of AI. There have been recent reports saying that they are driving this divisionary racism online without any foundation in facts. So what do we do about this?
I think our government, and I was looking at it, our government still haven't said anything. The government hasn't said anything. So it has to come from top down. I'm the special rapporteur on anti-racism in Ireland. And Ireland has a mandate from the EU. We signed up for that to be an anti-racist nation. And so if a thing like this happens and our government hasn't said anything, what we are saying to the people that it's okay.
But there is this plan, the National Action Plan Against Racism, was developed in 2024. What's happening with that plan?
So I'm the special rapporteur to make sure that, so one of the things that is happening...
What are we doing? What are you doing? What's the plan? What's the plan hoping to achieve?
The plan is hoping that the government itself, so what it does is, previously... organizations and groups were the ones trying to agitate for anti-racism. But now this means that the government itself have been given certain things that they have to do, and they've signed up for it. So each government department has, like, for example, the Gardaí. She just mentioned that the guards, they did not take a report. And this is not the first time. The other young girl who was punched on the bus, she called me later that night to say, she gave a statement, but when she called the next day, she had no pulse statement. So we look at all of that. So part of it is for the government actually to take responsibility for anti-racism in Ireland. And that's really good. It's so robust. The demand there is so robust, but we're not seeing those actions.
And we also need to take responsibility ourselves, but we're so afraid. If you saw something on a bus, would you feel comfortable going up and stopping anything? Dr. Ebun Joseph, thank you so much for joining us.
Can I just say one quick thing? I just want to say 3 quick things. Please, one of the key things we need to see is there has to be consequences. If we don't see consequences, it's going to continue. We have to have education. I say it all the time, and I'm going to get attacked for it, for saying education, but we have to educate the system to see all of those changes. Our government has to come out and speak up. If they don't speak up, then we're permitting it to continue.
Thank you so much for joining us on that. And just if we can just go to Anupa and Naveen, we just want to say thank you so much for taking the time and the toll that this is taking on you. Can we just ask about Nia? Naveen, I know you said that she was frightened last night of going to bed. Is she feeling any better? How is she doing?
She's a bit better now. She was so scared after instance to go outside and to play. because even the guards advised to, it's safe to be in the back garden, but I can't. I'm not planning. We are not planning to grow our child like that. This is her place as well. She belongs here, but she still have pain in the private part, because I think that there is no bleeding or anything. But I went to the GP yesterday as well, so she said it will take a couple of days maybe to heal that parts. That's a bit scary too. I hope this incidents will not happen to any child further. We need a justice for this, because she didn't do anything. She didn't do any provocation, and giving racial comments and being in a different race is the reason. It's not a reason for for a physical abuse. I strongly believe.
Yeah.
We're just thinking about Nia so much, and we appreciate you, Anupa and Naveen, for coming on and talking to us this morning. All of the best to you and your family, and we hope something gets done. As we said, the guard said
thank you so much.
That they are.
Thank you so much for the.
Thank you so much, guys. They are investigating the alleged incident.